Help Me Mama.
Hi everybody, this is Emily for Help Me Mama. Tonight I'm going to talk to you about 5 fun things you should do before your first baby is born. I emphasize first because if you already have kids, these kind of don't apply. Now, let me first say that all of these things are fun to do with kids, but they are a different sort of fun when you have kids, excuse me, compared to before you had kids. So I just want to go over them, and some are big, some are small, but these are sort of things that every once in a while my husband will say like, oh, it'll be nice when we're older, we can do these things sort of worry-free again, and that will be nice. So enjoy them before you have kids, and then after the baby comes, just know it'll be a different sort of enjoyment. So I'll start from number 5. Definitely go on a big hike. With little babies and toddlers, you can definitely still hike. I would totally encourage you to continue to hike and go on these big long walks. But it's a different sort of hiking. You can't do these big arduous hikes that maybe you once loved. I love hiking, and it took me a long time after my first to get back into the swing of going on walks. And then, you know, we used to kind of, not anything huge, but we used to do harder hikes with big boulders and things like that. And we're just not able to do it at this time. When the kids get older, yes, definitely. But it'll be a little while, so definitely a big hike. Oh, thank you, Melia. Next is a girls' sleepover. If you have some girlfriends, especially girlfriends who don't have kids yet, even if you're married, I would say definitely do a girls' sleepover, because it's just not gonna happen until like your girls are 14 and they're gonna have a sleepover, you know? It's just not gonna happen again. And so I would have loved to, and I didn't do this, I should have, and I wish that I would have had a sleepover before my first was born and just stayed up and talked to the girls and had one sort of last shebang with them before the baby was born. Because once you have a baby, you know, first of all, you have to like nurse them all through the night, and then they get bigger, and it's a bigger deal to get a babysitter overnight. And you know, for something as silly as a sleepover, it doesn't really seem justifiable. So definitely, I think the girls' sleepover is fun, just as sort of a last hurrah for you and some of your girlfriends. It's kind of a sweet time to reflect on the past and then look towards the future. Number 3 is vacation. Some call this the baby moon. But this is a great time to go on a road trip if you're comfortable, you know, pregnant in the car, depending on how pregnant you are, or if you're not pregnant at all. Would you like to get down? So yes, I am a definite fan of the baby moon. I would go on a road trip because road trips are hard with little babies. I would go on a plane somewhere beautiful, somewhere, a big city would be a good place to go, because I personally wouldn't want to go to New York with teeny tinies. That would be scary for me. Ask people that you know where would they wish they had gone, you know, without kids, and then maybe again later with kids. I would love to go to New York with my kids, just when they're all really cognitively aware of their surroundings. You know what I mean? I would love to go to New York with them. So, and I know that people have kids in New York. It would just make me nervous personally. So, the next one is movies. Movies is a simple one. Ivan and I used to go to a lot of movies. That was like our date night, movies and shopping. Shopping is another one. And we just don't anymore. If Ivan goes to the movies, it's usually with one of the boys. That's like their dad date, which is kind of fun for them. But I don't get to go to the movies very often because to me, I sit there and I think of all the things that I need to do. And if you are that kind of person, you know that that's not really a fun experience to have when you're supposed to be relaxing at the movies. So movies is another one. And then number 1 for me, this is the biggest one. And I love going to the beach with the kids. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do with them. But when you are at the beach with your children, you are on patrol at all times. It is not a relaxing time. I mean, it can be somewhat relaxing, but you are not tanning, reading a book, listening to the waves. Like, you are on alert, and it is so much fun to watch your children discover and just play in the water and all of God's beautiful creation. But going to the beach is definitely a different experience with kids than it is without kids. So hope this was helpful. These are 5 fun things to do before you have kids that are not terrible, definitely not terrible, but definitely different after you have kids. So enjoy them before you have kids. Please feel free to visit my Facebook page and subscribe and like and comment and give me new ideas for videos. And always pass it along to a friend.